Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and the Empire. We are continuing with X-Men issue number 11, Empyre Part 2, right now. I believe what you're asking is simply not possible. I know what you're thinking. With my powers, I willed something to be, so surely the power to reverse that must exist. It must. I need it to. You might say, Steven, what about atemporality and the fallacy of cause and effect? Can't we, as the righteous protagonists of reality that we are, not simply erase the act from ever occurring? It's a fair question, certainly one to ponder, but here's why I think it's unlikely. Your powers over reality make you a touchstone of the reality in which they exist, and the existence of those powers and you yourself act in eternal opposition of the erasure of them. Simply put, we have seen what comes from playing with you as you play God. No, you erased 1 million mutants from existence, and now you're asking me how to unring that bell. Well, I cannot, and I believe you cannot either. For to deny the existence of what you have done, to erase yourself from your own history is not possible. So allow me to offer you this advice, Wanda Maximoff. You need to finally embrace your sin. Let it consume you, then ring a bigger bell. No one can undo the things they've done. I ask for forgiveness. Given enough time, I might even forgive myself, but the sin of what I've done can't be painted over. It can't be scrubbed off or cut away. It's a wound too raw to ever heal. So I seek not forgiveness. I seek redemption, a greater good, a more moral right, an act that eclipses any other, a resurrection. Mutants of Genosha, live! What's this? Hey, are you okay? What? She doesn't look okay. Do you think something is wrong with her? Maybe she's been in the sun too long. I hope not. No. Heat spoils the meat. That would be too bad. No. No! Cotati invasion fleet, staging area for Wakandan strike. Report. The temperature is equatorial standard for an iron core planet. It's actually quite favorable for growth. There's also a shocking amount of ash in the soil, rich with calcium carbonate and potassium. I'm taking root, sir. I don't mean you. I mean the mission, you leafy disaster of a soldier. Ruta Baga. Ruta Baga. We and the other 3 strike teams are strategically positioned to launch an attack on our intended target. The area is rich with the composite ore, Sagurikoi, vibranium. They call it vibranium. No fools, these Wakandans. They realize the value of it, even if they've surrounded it with some kind of ritualized animal religion. Are they going to be a problem? They are meat, Captain. Never mythologize the meat. Yes, sir. What of the staging area? Secure? Yes, sir. We did run off some indigenous life forms right after we landed. We captured one so as to interrogate it. It has proven uncooperative. Up for a challenge, Science Minister Kakoi? I relish the opportunity for plant to dominate a hostile environment. Bring us this prisoner. Here you go, Minister. Excellent. Now, who might you be? Fascinating. It seems to be speaking in some kind of indecipherable dialect. Its jaw fell off. Well, let's try that again, shall we? Better. You'll have to tell me I understand myself perfectly. Better. I want you to tell me about this island, and if we need to concern ourselves with you or any of your kind. Oh yeah, you're pretty boned, plant man. This is literally the worst place aliens could have landed. Everyone who lives here is a mutant. Mutant? Like regular humans, but with powers. And what are your powers, mutant? My mutant name is Explodey Boy, and I blow stuff up. Watch. Huh. Weird. Kinda tickles. Something's moving out there. Why aren't you dead? Actually, I am dead. Undead. Whatever. The same as everyone else who lives here. But that's not your problem. What is? Something's coming. There were 16 million mutants on this island who died. Here they come. And about 2 million of us were vegetarians. Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, the Pretender, who with her magic decimated the mutant population, and who now seeks to do right by those she wronged. They got my order wrong. This is why I prefer Krakoa for everything but shopping. Be nice to them, M. Food service is thankless work, and it seems to be part of the human condition. They might never escape that kind of predatory employment. Well, I tipped her the change from a 50, so I'm helping. Keep your fork out of my lunch, Worthington. Of course, Madam Board Member. All right, you two. Security says move along. Lunchtime's over. Back to work. Take my trash for me? Thanks, sweetheart. What's next on the docket? It's 1 p.m. You have a meeting with Nobilis Pharmaceuticals, a meeting with Serval Industries, and you're hosting a happy hour at 5. Did Sunspot tell you he had all this X-Corp stuff figured out and then bailed for space? I can see why. This sucks. What Roberto did was just sign paperwork, signed forms, and transferred assets. Professional courtesy dictates we give everyone their own formal handshake meeting, their own personalized kickoff. I propose we abolish meetings, do business like mutants, not like humans. Don't you spend any time around the council room? Mutants love meetings. Ileana, it's always a delight to have you, but I'm not sure why we needed security. I appreciate the personal touch, but look at these old men. Warren could take them. Oh, that was just a joke earlier. I'm not really here for security. I'm keeping an eye on you for the professor, to make sure you don't screw it up. Excuse me? What did you just say to me, you little— Hey, I didn't say because you didn't ask. Why in the world are you spying on us? I'm not spying. I'm monitoring you for redundancy. Redundancy. Charles Xavier's portfolio has increased exponentially recently, and he just asked me to tag along and keep an eye on you two. Why did you wait until now to tell us that? 'Cause I really don't want to stay for this meeting. You look mad. Want to go talk to Xavier about it? I've got the Krakoa Express up and running. I'd love to. Terribly sorry, gentlemen. We'll have to postpone. Something's come up. We'll send an email. Black Tom's gates are not sick. This is no sickness of the vine. I can feel that something is choking the life from the greenest tendrils, throttling them like a breech birth in a navel string. Burned and skinned and slimed and more. I cannot take it. We are planting gardens we can't attend. I hear you, Tom. We will have someone go to the Genosha Gate personally to examine it. We can't take chances. We cannot lose you again, Professor. Yes, Tom. I understand. Would you excuse me for one moment? How went the meeting? Charles, monitoring X Corporation for redundancy in secret? I know you just acquired a huge portfolio, but X-Corp is our own. What could be more necessary right now? We need X-Corp. It's one of the only ways we can use all that we have against some of the world's worst people and all that they have. Do you think I wouldn't take this seriously? For once, I can do what's in my blood, the family I came from, and put it towards you all, the family I chose. You misunderstand me, Warren. I do not think you would misuse any of our vast resources. Money, pharmaceuticals, these aren't my concerns. The resource I must monitor is you, Warren. We simply don't have enough good mutants, Angel. Even embracing the assistance of our former enemies leaves us woefully short of the manpower we need. I need to know if this X-Corp venture is worth our time, because if it isn't, I need you somewhere else. That is why the redundancy was brought up. You, my boy, would never be redundant to me. But if brilliant minds like yours and Monet's can be used elsewhere, we want to use you there instead. So, what's Black Tom so upset about? I said I'd teleport out and take a look at it, but groundskeeper Willie over there is all like, you can't. I'll put together a team to go see why the Genosha Gate isn't working properly. It'll be me, Monet, and Magic. You can take us there. The three of us will be squad leaders. From there, you may take with you one more citizen. We could be putting ourselves in God knows what kind of harm. I know that Charles made himself clear with regards to our needs. He has laid down the law. Do not make me enforce it. You may take with you one citizen. Oh, yeah. JB Madrox, the multiple man, at your service. I appreciate you finding the time in your busy schedule to come along. Hey, heresy incoming, but I know the gates are supposed to be like this big blessing or something, but I feel we spend a lot of time teleporting around to fix the gates. It's a garden, Magic. You don't just turn it on and let it run. You have to tend to it. I'll take a lap and look around. I can get up high and see. Wait, does anyone else hear something? Plant people? We're on a cliff. Where are they running to? Or running from? Up we go. Plant people. I see them. I think we're on the same page about what to do here. What do you say, Monet? You ready for dinner? First course, salad. Next course, meat. Call it devil's advocate coming from me, but that felt like a first wave. You're not wrong. Let's get down to that gate. This is officially X-Corp business, yes? Stop trying to find an angle, Monet. We're here on Charles's orders to get the gate working and report back. I thought you were supposed to be some sort of brilliant business mind. And all you want to do is follow rules. No innovation, no risks, and no reward. Penance. I don't know about you, but I wanted to revive X-Corp to make a difference in the way people like you and me are best at. I'm not here to be assistant manager, but if you are, you're welcome to answer to me. I think I found the problem. No one's been pulling the weeds. I brought a weed whacker. Don't. It's like defusing a bomb. Cut the wrong vine and the whole gate dies. The aliens are a new species of plant life, one that's apparently hostile to any others on Genosha. This could take hours. I know what you need. About 60 unskilled hands with nothing better to do. My time to be a hero. Madrox, hurry up. Looks like we've got another wave incoming. It's zombies this time. They're going to trample the gate. Trample it? They're Genoshan zombies, meaning they're mutants. They have an X gene, even if they're dead. If they get through that gate, they'll rush Krakoa. Then we'll take care of them all before the gate is back up. Gates back up. Team Madrox. What is this? Oh, please say one of us is a slime dupe. They're going to hit the gate. I know anger is a sin. But these mutants try my patience, ladies. Except for that blonde hunk, I like his wings. I'd sit him on my Christmas tree. Augusta, don't be trashy. We don't need to be trashy. We're experts. If your friends didn't tell you, we're Hordeculture, and we're here because we know plants. And do you know what makes plants grow, Blondie? A whole lot of bullshit. All right, what an awesome issue of X-Men Empyre Part 2. I am loving this right here. This setup gives us so much, and it really dips back into a lot of older storylines and themes that have been a big part of the X-Men lore for a while. Primarily the Decimation and House of X storyline, where Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, aka the Pretender, erased the powers of 1,000,000 mutants when she said no more mutants, and she kind of had her mental breakdown. The mutants have held a grudge against her since then, and for a good reason. That was atrocious. So she does have remorse for this, and we do get to see her kind of struggling with this great sin, as she puts it, and as Doctor Strange puts it. We see that she's in the Sanctum Sanctorum talking with Stephen Strange, and basically she's wanting to undo the damage she's done. And Stephen Strange basically tells her that it's not going to be possible. What's done is done, and you need to find something else to do to help the mutants, or something bigger, a bigger bell to ring, he puts it. So I don't think that this is what he meant from what she kind of sets out to do. You see that over the course of about a year, she kind of goes on these missions to collect these specific items. It looks like an egg for some kind of spider creature, a kind of relic of some sort from I don't know what, maybe some kind of interdimensional beings, or maybe even some gods or something, a staff from a living tree, and combines them to make this kind of scepter, or some kind of staff of power or some sort, goes to Genosha and tries to undo the damage she caused by resurrecting 16 million mutants there. Now, this is kind of like her trying to go above and beyond, because she didn't really kill anybody, but she erased 1,000,000 mutants. Now she's trying to bring back to life 16 million dead mutants. She didn't have anything to do with the Genoshan massacre. That was Cassandra Nova. But this is her way of making amends. And I commend that for her. But still, she should have listened a little bit more closely to Doctor Strange, because as we see, this spell, this ritual goes sideways, and it's almost like it was halfway there, like almost enough. Maybe she needed another little power source. Maybe she needed another witch or two. Maybe this would have worked when she had a coven. But the life that she gives these 16 million mutants is a half-life. It's an undead life. And they are zombies, quote unquote. Again, they don't seem like the traditional zombies, because for one, they can talk. Two, they still seem to have their mutant powers, which is interesting. They still have their mental faculties and things, but they are definitely rotten, nasty, stinky corpses. So yeah, interesting outcome here. I don't know what happened to Wanda. It looked like she was weakened severely from the spell and may have been killed. I don't know. We don't see what happens to her after that. Then we pick up with Warren, Monet St. Croix, and Magic, as they are kind of picking up where Roberto da Costa left X-Corp when he went into space. X-Corp is basically the business side of the X-Men's endeavors, using their vast resources and money to affect change and influence in the world of politics and business. And so this is a legit company, capitalist venture, basically. Monet and Warren Worthington both come from a family of wealth, and they deal with business just like Bobby DaCosta. So it makes sense that these two mutants are the new board of X-Corp, basically. Magic claims she's security for them, but also kind of joking, as they find out that Charles Xavier sent her along to keep an eye on them. They are both offended by this at first, until it's further explained that really Charles is just wanting to make sure that they're using their resources wisely, as they don't really have enough manpower to spread out everywhere. And some things just take priority over other things. X-Corp and their money will just be okay, pretty much. It'll run itself, honestly. Certain things, they need competent mutants that are good at what they do. Like, for instance, this Genoshan Gate situation, which Black Tom is always freaked out, and he's freaked out again about about because, he's connected to Krakoa in a way that nobody really understands. So he can feel when something is wrong. He can feel the comings and goings of people and things and plants and animals. And he just knows that there's something wrong with the Genosian gate. And he's just, he's on edge. He's been on edge. Poor Tom. Tom has been on edge since this whole Krakoan era has started. He has a lot going on with him. And I feel like they need to give him a vacation, or they need to find somebody else that can do the same thing, because they are just working poor Tom to death. But anyway, they get a team together of Angel, Penance, Magic, Multiple Man to go to Genosha to check on the gate. Now, before this happens, Magneto steps in. He suggests that he only take one more citizen, because Angel obviously wants to add more mutants to the strike team, or to this team. But it wasn't really a suggestion. It was definitely an order. I don't know why he was so hostile towards Angel right then. Maybe he just was kind of flexing his authority. I feel like it was a little bit extra. But anyway, so they get over to Genosha with this 4-person team. But actually, when you think about it, bringing Multiple Man was really smart, because he isn't just one citizen. He's 101. So pretty smart. So they get there and they get ready to scout the area. But before they do, they see that the Cotati, these plant-like alien creatures that we saw in the last issue of X-Men Empyre, have also landed on Genosha. They're using it as a staging area to attack Wakanda. But before they could even get that mission underway, they are attacked by the 16 million undead mutants that Wanda has resurrected. And they are running for their lives. And the X-Men pretty much assess this situation quickly and decide to get to the gate and try to get it up and going and pretty much take care of their mission versus worry about this right now. So as they tackle the problem with the gate, Multiple Man makes use of his abilities and makes about 60 copies of himself to pull away the vines and pull away the extra foliage away from the gate. Monet has a thought. These are not just zombies. These are mutant zombies. So if they all have an X gene, even if they are dead, they should be able to get through this gate, right? And I had the exact same thought. So it's kind of funny that they were so worried and so pressed about fixing the gate, but Jamie Madrox did such a good job that bam, the gate is back up and running, and here come these zombie mutants, and they are headed right towards the gate, a wave of them. But before they could get through the gate, it is blocked by some sort of slime. And if you remember, this slime looks very familiar. Way back in X-Men number, 3, we are introduced to a new team of villains, 4 brilliant botanists that happen to be older women octogenarians called Hordeculture. And they have popped back up on the scene, seeing that these are a plant life form, alien plants that have landed here on Earth. They also have been studying and utilizing the Krakoan gates, as we also learned back in that issue number 3. So although they are helping the mutants, they are doing it out of a self-interest, because helping the mutants kind of helps themselves too, because they don't want any other new species of plants invading Earth. That would just further throw them off their plans, which we learned back then in issue number 3 was to control the resources and the food supply of the Earth, because they feel like the rich and the corporations and all these kinds of people were, driving them all their planet, especially into an early apocalypse or an early dystopian future. So that's their plan. They have popped back up on the scene. So now it goes from plants versus zombies to plants versus zombies versus old ladies. So really, really fun issue. I can't wait to see what happens after this. If you enjoyed this episode, please give me that thumbs up. If you're interested in becoming a member of my channel, please check out my page in the Join tab and check out the membership options. They're pretty affordable. You get early access to all my content days and days earlier than everyone else. You get custom emojis, custom wallpapers, custom everything you want. If you want it, just let me know. And it goes a long way towards helping support my endeavors. So thank you again for joining me, and I will catch you in the next issue.